Okay, so today I'm going to kind of introduce you guys to a really interesting way of creating patterns on surfaces through glaze. Okay, so this is the wax resist technique. So again, before we took a look at just how to dip glazes, is a single dip and get one type of color, and then we talked about double dipping with two different colors. So today we're going to talk about wax resist technique and spraying. Okay. But wax resist is great for patterns. So if you want to know what you're going to kind of get with wax resist, this is kind of an example of what it looks like. Little more. Okay, you get out. You like that?
And you pick the
Yeah, and I'll demonstrate this technique. I'll also do polka dots. Okay, but look at this. Not only can you do spirals, but you can do that as well. Okay, and here's some polka dots. Right. I love that, right? That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's see. Which cup should we do first? Let us do, let's do this one. How does that sound? So, when doing this kind of technique, the first thing you need to do is to put a glaze on first. Then you'll do the wax resist. So, I've already kind of waxed the bottom with a white wax. Okay, and then I just kind of got to figure out what I want to use for the second. I think I'm going to go with Shino and then maybe the red. All right, how does that sound? Does that sound pretty good? Actually, how about Shino and special model blue? I love that. That'll be a great combination. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Got the Shino. Still got to do the same kind of thing. All right. Now the key for Shino is, all of glazes is not like house paint, right? You guys have heard me say that. Shino is one of the most interesting glazes for me because if you put it on super, super thin, it goes kind of red. A little bit thicker, it goes orange. You put it on thick, it goes white. If it's in a different part of the kiln, especially the top part of the kiln where it's in a gas kiln, it'll pick up a lot of the black smoke and it'll kind of get a little bit black, okay? I'm shooting for ideally, let me just feel what that feels like. I'm going to add a little water to that. I'm ideally want to put a thin coat on. And so I'm shooting for that really nice orange. All right, orange is really nice on this. So I'm just going to add, don't be adding, don't do this. All right, I'm just doing it because I can. Okay, all right. People are going to watch that video and, did he add water? Okay, all right. This is going to be good. So I want to be in and out of this glaze really, really quickly. All right. Shake that. I'm going to go ahead and get my tongs. And I want it is like a second in the glaze bucket. Now here's another little trick. When you're doing cups, all right, most people are right-handed, like 90-something% of the population. So when I use so a right-handed person, sorry lefties out there, are going to see this side, all right? So I like to put my tongs on the back side, just in case there's a little dot. Yeah. We don't have to worry about that, all right? So we're going to take this. Watch how fast this is going to be. And then I'm going to give it a really quick shake. All right. That's a shake, right? All right, we're going to put that guy over here. All right, take those tongs off. I'll always wash my tongs. So I got a bucket of water over here. All right, now we're going to do a second cup. I think I will do this cup. All right. Get rid of that water. We'll do this again. In and out. Now, hopefully this dries really quickly. It dries really quickly so I can do the wax resist technique. Okay? So that's kind of set. So we're going to give that a minute to dry. All right? Okay. Hopefully these dry a lot faster. Sometimes they do. These are kind of thin cups, So they like to dry out pretty slow. But before I use the wax resist technique, I go ahead and let that dry up, okay? For this guy, I'm going to show you guys how to spray with this guy, okay, and what spraying looks like. So I think I'm going to do a different set of glazes on this one. I'm going to go with the matte white. Get this. That white looks pretty thin. All right, we're just going to all right. Just go back over here. These guys are still drying out slow. This I'm going to leave a little longer because I want more of a white glaze. All right. That's probably going to be... This thing? You know, I don't know. I might leave it. Or if it dries out, I can just rub it out. Yeah, it's a chunk. Looks like there's a little chunk of glaze. I have to look to make sure it's not the plastic on the bottom of the container. Sometimes if somebody uses a drill and it's sharp, you get that. That could be problematic, okay? All right, let's see where we're at.
What do you do with the little spots the tongs leave?
Oh, so what do I do with the little spots that the tong leave? Once it dries out, I just buff it a little bit and it's good. And I'll take my hand and I'll rub it and create little powder and fill in that crack, and that works. Sometimes I don't care. Sometimes it looks just fine, okay? So why don't you guys just stop the camera